Hello everybody and welcome to part 8 of this series of the playthrough of the career mode of Motorsport Manager 2016 on the PC. We're still playing as the Predator Racing Group. Our objective this season is to finish 10th or higher. We are currently in last place, although we're only 7 points behind at the moment. And we have been having quite a good time of it recently. Last time out on the British Grand Prix at Guildford, we finished 2nd and 10th. Which was our first time to have both cars in the top half of the table. Obviously before that, if you've been watching, we did manage a second again, but this time with Lettinen, whereas in Guildford, Santa Ana won. And Ardennes, Santa Ana came second there. So hopefully Tondela will see a little bit more of the same, but I think we're going to struggle quite a bit. Because this is the second time in Tondela, although it's a bit of a different track. In this part, we're actually racing this part of the track this time, but last time at Tondela we finished 18th and 19th. So yeah, so hopefully we can get a decent result. I'm not expecting much to happen. Last time out we started the upgrade on the factory, so hopefully that should be done. It takes 20 weeks, so what have we got left for? 8, 12. It should be done sometime during the off season. We actually went ahead and did it and put ourselves in the red. We should be back to normal within just over 2 races. We do have a sponsor running out, and hopefully they have sponsors again and give us another 750,000 upfront payment. And hopefully we can get them in, because they're the one that we use each time as we try and finish 9th or above. I'm going to go ahead and click continue so we can get the car repair done. So we can go ahead and look at this. Basically, we're not working on the reliability much anymore. We've got 0. We're focusing on upgrading all our parts, and these should be done in a couple of days. So we're going to go ahead and vote for that. We've got a vote coming up for spec brakes, but that's just after the next race. Which, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and vote for that, whether it'll get passed or not. That'll certainly work in our advantage. You can give us another spec part, just like we have the... Oh, excuse me, I'm still full of cold, sorry everybody, but if I sound a bit sniffly it's because of that, and if I keep stopping it's because I can't breathe. But yeah, anyway, this front wing and the rear wing are still spec parts, so if you can get the brake as a spec part, then there's only these 3 parts to work on, which will possibly help in our favour, as we don't have to concentrate on as many parts, but then again, none of the other teams have to concentrate on as many parts either. So let's go ahead and get this performance work done on the suspension. It does auto pause, so we'll have to keep an eye out for it stopping. And it's done. Just concentrating back on that. What else have we got to upgrade? There's not much left to do now because everything's upgraded now apart from the engines. Lattinen's engine can do with a bit more. So 8 days before the race, so we're going to have the car fully upgraded between now and the next race, to the point where we can't do any more on the performance. Reliability even is not a problem for us, because this is high enough for Latinen to get it through to the end of the race, and these couple of parts are high enough because if we go ahead and check the staff, Santa Ana even has got the engine expert, which means that the any engine mode even doesn't impact condition. So basically, the engine condition doesn't drop at all, and she's got this as well. The switch car condition drops slightly lower. And Nottingham as well has got the engine expert there as well. So basically we don't have to worry about reliability at any point. Oh, look at there, the Esprit looks like they're going to win that, but it's very tight at the top there, just 5 points separating the top 4 teams there. It's going to be a very tight race towards the end of the season. I'm just going to go ahead and get through this as quickly as we can. All these little bits, we've got a bit of mail, and Tang's looking at leaving the Dragon Race team, which is our competition this season. They're the team that are just above us, I think, and then just above them are the ZRT team. Wexler won that. Chapman is still running away with that. It's going to be pretty hard to catch him. I don't know how many races are left in this series. And of course, Steinman's still running away with the championship in the first season. The engines here are done. There's not much to do now. We're going to work on getting these Yeah, I think we'll work on them. Should we work on... Should we try and put a bit onto a gearbox once these are done? Not that it matters, but maybe if it's more reliable, we can get a bit more... Maybe it works at full performance, maybe at 80%, we'd get like 80% of that. I don't know how it works, whether that does make any difference or not to the performance of the car, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway since we have got nothing else to improve. And we're going to go ahead... Oh, we've got a bit of mail about a TV piece, it says. Hi Fuzzy, one of our directors here at JTV Sport would absolutely love to film a TV piece in your factory. I understand that this will be an imposition, but we'll make a compensatory payment naturally. This cold is messing with my head, I can't even read. Oh jeez. Anyway, too annoying. Both mechanics relationships +5. Or a transaction for £100,000 and -20. I don't think it's worth upsetting them for £100,000. That's tiny money compared to what we get per race. So we'll go ahead and reject that, and then we'll go with this. We never accept this because it's such a measly amount of money that it's not going to be worth it. And we're always going to be aiming for that 9th or above. So we'll go ahead and click race and get this practice on. Heading to Portugal once again for our second race in Portugal. And hopefully we can do a little bit better than last time. So, and there's a German flag there, so I must be supporting... I wonder if there's a German team in this series. I don't think there is, but yeah. And probably the people supporting Wexler in the World Motorsport Championship, who is the equivalent of the real life Sebastian Vettel, I would imagine, in the equivalent of the Ferrari. But anyway, what we're going to do, I can't remember what we did for the setup last time. So we're going to go with quite a high downforce, I think, on both of these. Try to run out that one, drop those. Don't know if that's going to... Do I want it turning in? I'll touch these maybe a little bit. Try that. We'll send her out on the mediums to start with. She's probably going to be doing... No, we'll do the softs because she's going to be racing on the softs, I think. I think they're both going to be racing on the softs. We'll get her pretty much the same. We'll just whack it up randomly. We'll drop those another 2. We'll see how she goes with 2 down. We'll put pretty much everything else the same. We'll send her out on a pair of softs. And we'll go ahead and take this practice session. So let's get them out quickly. Get out. Just one lap race trim that we've got the option of doing. There is no qualifying in this. I don't know if being first out of the pits makes a difference, but we do get some sort of... We get clear track on the first lap, but... Yeah, I wonder if it's better to send them out after all these other cars have come past, because basically once these get around they're going to hit this traffic, so we're not going to get a true idea of the time that they can do. We're going to go ahead and have them push for this lap. Just see what sort of times we can get. Whether they get held up in traffic or not is another question. And it does look like Santa Ana is caught behind a dragon. One of the dragon cars. And she's happy with the downforce. She's going to get around the outside of this. Slowing her down a little bit. Slowed her down quite a lot. She's 4 seconds behind so far. But there isn't anyone else in front of her setting a lap, is there? I don't know. Maybe there is, but she's up into first with a time of 1:41. Latin actually went quicker there with a 1:39, so maybe she didn't get held up as much. But, both out of fuel anyway, as we come round. She's loving the handling, she's loving the handling. It seems like we've got quite a good setup off the bat here. Maybe we're going to get a decent... Hopefully we can get somewhere close to 90% of them being happy with it. That would be a good result. Let's see what she says about that 88. That's not bad. She's not too happy. Wonder if we can take this all. Maybe she does want it higher. More acceleration. Leave that where it is. We'll try that, see what she says. We'll put her out on a fresh pair of softs. See what she says about that. And she's pretty happy as well with her car. So I'll try to drop her a little bit more. We won't go as far as we did with Santa Ana's car. She'll leave pretty much everything else the same, and she wasn't as happy with the... Can we get her there? She's not outside the limit. Because we had Santa Ana there. We'll try her a bit further down, see what she says about that. She's got to come out for a race trim because she can't do anything else. And we'll go ahead and do that and see what sort of time we can set for the for their second stint. So, where is she in the lap? She's coming round. Has she got any? She's got quite a clear track in front of her. She's not as happy with the downforce going as high. Where is she on the lap? She's coming round. Has she got some clear track as well? We've both got a bit of clear track, so she might be able to set a decent lap because she's got quite a bit of clear track coming up, especially down this straight. And she's not too far behind there. She's 900ths of a second behind. I haven't looked race trim level 1, although Santa Ana won't use the race trim. She managed to get a full lap here without much thing. She's only second behind. Watch her, she come across 2 seconds behind, up into third even. On the softs, that's an amazing lap there from Santa Ana. What did Latin get? Was that her time? Did she improve? Did she improve slightly? Oh, that's quite an amazing time, 3rd and 9th. And she wasn't too happy with her setup on that one, if I recall, was she? She thought the downforce had got a bit worse, so she could possibly even go a bit quicker than that, but we're not going to get to test another lap. We might be able to just about send her out again, or should we? No, whoa. She was really not happy with that, was she? She managed to set a lot better time, but she did get held up on this lap. So she really wasn't happy with the downforce. A lot of other stuff got worse. I'm going to go back to this one and... Oh, I don't know what to do. Should we go that way a bit with it? Should we just try that? She was happy with the speed balance down there, wasn't she? Yeah, we'll try... No. We'll try that one. We might just get enough... We'll send her out on an old pair. But she's not going to get to do this lap. We might just get enough time to get a... and Latina's not going to get enough time. We might just get her out in time just to get enough time to... You know, she was really unhappy with that. Just to get enough time to hopefully get another reading on this setup. See what sort of feedback she gives on this. Basically, we're going to have to revert to her first setup. And we're probably going to have to revert to her first setup as well. So we did quite well with the first setup and then got worse for the second one. Did we get enough time to get another reading? Great, good. And we'll see if that's better than... Whoa, what did she rate the first one? An 88, I think. But even with that, we did really well with the practice. I think that's probably the best we've done in a practice session. Because a practice session is where we should be at the back of the grid. We do sometimes do quite well in the races because we do get a chance to hold other cars up. Plus, probably our strategy is a bit better than the AI strategy, which probably does help us. Let's see what she said about that one. 88. Oh, she was just about happy. What did she like better? What's going to be better for this track? Downforce. Yeah, I don't know. So she went quicker with that, didn't she? With that. I'm not sure what to do now. What was... So she had shorter gear ratios for this one where she went pretty quick, so, and that was in between. So I think all we're going to do is we'll revert to this one. We'll just drop the gear ratio a tiny bit. Messes those up a little bit, but hopefully that's not a bad thing to do. Go on softs and we'll run for the full 6 laps. She was a lot unhappy, so we're going to have to revert to that one for her. Keep her at that. How many laps have we got? We've got 15 laps. The medium can do 8 laps. Would we be able to push 6 laps of fuel to 8 laps if we run the low engine mode. Is that something we should consider doing? It's tempting, but is it tempting enough for me to take the risk and do that? We've got 8 laps, so we're running in low engine mode. We could probably lose more time than we gain doing one stop. But we're going to start her on the mediums anyway, because we do want her to go longer than Santa Ana. Pushes at the front of the grid, so I'm undecided again. No, I'm just going to click continue before I get any chance to think about it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to go change my strategy. I'm going to run on both on different strategies and see if that sort of makes a difference. So, since this season's pretty much more of a throwaway, and we are only chasing 9th place, I'm not too bothered about getting 9th place. So I sort of want to see what sort of difference we can do between medium and the soft. See if that does make a difference. So if Santa Ana finishes higher than Latin, then we do know that her strategy is a lot better, and therefore we know what to do in future races. I'm going to go ahead and look at Latin and see if she can hold first place. Oh, she's got a well good start. Look, she's off. Flying away on those medium tyres. Santa Ana's in 10th. Up from 11th, I think she started this race in, and she's flying away as well into 9th. And Latin is holding on to first place. She's got the jump right there. Although the other cars are now coming back at her. And should be with her by the end of the lap. And Santa Ana's still battling away there around the same positions, and she's keeping that round the corner. She's managed to gain a place, and she's managed to hold on to first place through an entire first lap. She's got one of the Dragon cars behind her. It just flies round her on that bend pretty easily in second. We're going to go ahead and turn her down now, since she's starting to lose places, because we want to get as far as she can on those medium tyres. And these tyres are wearing pretty quickly, so I'm going to have to swap her down to neutral so this don't wear away before the fuel runs out, because we want to get as far as we can with this fuel. So we'll go ahead and do that, although she is dropping some places. Come on, you can keep her. She's falling behind. Latinen's managing to hold on to this 3rd place for the time being, although she's falling behind. I'm not too bothered about that. And her tyre wear's totally dropped off after 3. Did she lock up at some point? She must have locked up, but anyway, she's going to have to come in, and we're going to have to swap to a medium tyre there, aren't we? And we're not going to have a not push anymore, because yeah, she'll run out of fuel pretty quick and have to do a 3-stop strategy, which I don't think we want to do. I think that'd be pretty disastrous if we had to do it, but her tyres have really dropped away there for some reason. She's starting to fall behind, but she's going to dive into the pits. A couple of other cars are coming into the pits as well at the same time as everyone else going into the medium tyres. Great and good, 8.7 seconds, pretty happy with that. So we're going to have to turn her down now to get as much length out of this fuel tank as we can. Latinen is still holding on to 3rd place in these medium tyres, doing very well. What's her... Do we get to know the best lap that we've done so far? I don't think so. It just tells us the last lap. Latin is now up into 1st place. Should we have a push for this last lap? Let's see if we can get her out back into 1st after this lap. We'll go ahead and pit her. I think we're going to stick with a medium, since she's doing quite well on those medium tyres, isn't she? And keeping it medium. Keeping the engine mode in medium and keeping neutral. But we'll go ahead and push for this lap, see if we can get her out in 1st, out of the pits, but I don't think we will. How far is she ahead? No, a lot of these other cars that have pitted early, probably the better cars in the series, are starting to catch up on her. So where could we possibly come out of the pits? Probably 5th or 6th we could get out of the pits. Whereas Santa Ana's up in 8th, running 8th at the moment. So she managed to jump quite a few then with a pit stop. Maybe, but we're going to try and get as much as we can out of her medium tyres. Latinen's out of the pits now. We're going to try, we'll put her in high for a little bit, but we're going to try and get as much. She must have had a problem with the refueling on the pit stop. Medium tyres seem to last quite a bit, whereas the soft tyres just totally dropped away on her car the first time around. Whether she made a mistake and wore him out on one corner, I'm not sure, but Latinen's still running in 4th at the moment. We're currently on lap 6, heading towards lap 7. We've got 9 laps left. What we can do, try and get as far as we can on these medium tyres and then swap to softs for the last stint of the race, and try and push where some of these cars might be wearing down and where not. Currently we've got both cars running in the top 10 again, which is really good for our level of racing. She's holding these cars up. There's a couple of cars behind her, keep trying to get past her, which can't. And Santa Ana's just a corner behind. So we're going to have to bring her in probably the lap after this one. We'll go ahead and keep with her and then see what it says about her fuel when she comes round. But again, she's going to have to run in this engine motor again because the fuel's sort of running away pretty quickly, isn't it? Whether she's got enough. She's come past the pits now, so we'll see what it says. She's got enough to get round there. I'm going to stick her in another medium tyre because the soft won't go to the end of the race. She's not going to be able to get that to the end of the race, is she? Because we've got, what have we got left? She's just come through onto lap 9, so she's got 7 laps left. Could we get to the end of the race with that? Should we try and get to the end of the race with that? It will mean running in low for some of the low engine mode for some of the laps. We're going to have to try do that, aren't we? Because I don't really want to make another pit stop. So basically her wrecking her tyres really early on really affected her there. Whereas Latinen is now running in second. A couple have come in and Gerard is flying away at the front. He's already done his 2 pit stops. So I think he's pretty much bang on for winning this race. And Latinen's got another lap in her. She's got another lap where she can push again. Santa Ana's coming to the pits, refueling. Seem to be taking some time there to refuel, but no, pretty good. She's about a second slower than last time. Where's she coming round? Is she coming round? So she's gonna have to jump into the pits this time. Has she got enough? 6 laps. 6 laps. No, I can just about do 6 laps. I don't think we're gonna risk it. I'm not going to risk those soft tyres again because they totally didn't work for us. And that first stint of Santa Ana's. But Latinen's going to come into the pits. These 2 behind have already pitted, so they might have to pit again before the end of the race, depending on what they're running their fuel modes like. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and turn her back down because she's got to get through to the end of the race, and we'll see about pushing her somewhere onto the final lap. She's got excess fuel at the moment, it says, so hopefully she's going to be able to get away with not making another stop. If we keep her on that and maybe have a push a bit further on, she's still in the top 10, which would be quite an achievement on this track, considering last time we did finish 18th and 19th, and Tondela was a real disaster for us last time out. Hopefully if we can just run these 2 cars like this. She's got a bit to push, but I think we might try push. And she jumped out in 3rd now. She's up into 3rd. Should we start pushing to keep ahead of these 2? But she seems to do quite well. Oh, there's a big queue of cars behind us, behind her waiting to come at her. But a couple of them are falling away, and we've just got Marchetti here behind. And she does have excess fuel. What we're coming round to now? We're on lap 13. We've got 3 laps left on that. We're going to go ahead and overtake, even though Marchetti's just got past us on that corner. Not that we can really keep any of these cars from passing us if they want to. I'm surprised that they don't just go flying past us. And she's dropping back a little bit now, but maybe some of these cars are on the soft tyres. Maybe they do have to come in or come through. Sorry. This cough and this cold are really doing me in at the moment, but we'll go ahead and have a push until it says the excess fuel's dropped away. Because look, she's starting to drop down the order now for some reason. Hopefully Latinen now is up in 4th again. Someone pit? Or is that where we were? I can't remember. Now Marchetta did pass us. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully she can keep running this. She's got 1 lap to go after this, has she? Yeah, we've got 1 lap to go, so maybe she can keep pushing in this overtake mode and get through to the end of the race. She's got 1 lap to go. We're passing someone else broken down there. 20th. Has she dropped right to the back? She has, hasn't she? So let's. She might have to turn down to high just to have enough fuel to get to the end. We'll see about pushing her again in a second. Hopefully Latinen can keep on. She can really push with these tyres now because she's done well with that, and she can push with first tyres as well. I think she's got a little bit of life in her. Go ahead and push. We'll go for the attack strategy. She's going to finish down, but hopefully it looks like we're going to end up with another podium here if she can hold on for this last corner. And that would be 4 podiums in a row. Absolutely brilliant if we can hold and she's pulling away tons there. She's round to the end, finished in 3rd, another podium. Alright, P3, nice one. Let's see what Santa Ana's doing. She's catching a few of these cars on the last bend. Has she got enough in her to get past that dragon car? She has. Has she got enough to catch this on the final straight? And she has. And she's up into 14th there. Even though she dropped right down, she managed to put it all together there a little bit for the last corner of the race. But Latinen there, coming round, about to pull into the pits. 3rd place. So that's the last 4 races. We finished 2nd, 2nd, 2nd and 3rd. 4 podiums in a row. Absolutely amazing. It bodes well if we can keep running these strategies next season. We could be right up there pushing if we can get both cars consistent together. Because whenever we have one finish up here, we usually have one finish down here for some reason. Maybe that's because we always run different strategies, and maybe this sort of strategy is the best of being consistent with tyres that don't wear away. Maybe that is better because maybe the softer tyre does seem to wear through quite quickly on these tracks. So maybe that's a strategy we can go with in future. Maybe stick with the harder compound tyre. So whatever it is, so if we've got a choice between super soft and soft, we just run soft for the entire race. Maybe that is a strategy to check on. We do always have a risk of rule break because with Santa Ana's engine that we're running. But yeah, such an amazing result. We did finish quite far behind, but look, we did have quite a big gap there to 3rd place in the end. So not a bad result at all. Oh, she got bumped up into 2nd place. I didn't even see that. Did someone get demoted? He got demoted. No? Demoted 8 places, so in this octane car they must have a lot of risky parts. Demoted 8 places, wow. Amazing. So another 2nd place, somehow, by accident. I'm sure is that what happened in the last race as well? I think we got bumped up to 2nd because someone else had broken the rules. So that is now, instead of 3 seconds and a 3rd, we have now finished 2nd for the 4th time in a row. Absolutely amazing achievement in this Predator racing car. It's not enough to pull her off the bottom of the table because Evans here was our old drive that we fired after 2 races, but she's there getting close to a couple of these. So hopefully she can pull herself off the bottom. Obviously she's had 2 races less than all of these people, but hopefully we can get her off the bottom. And there, look at that, we're now off the bottom but tied at the bottom of the table and 1 point behind the Octane and just 4 behind. Look, we could even possibly drag ourselves up to 6th place. But obviously I don't actually want to get too high because then maybe next season's expectations will be too much from the chairman. Maybe if we finish 6th, he will be wanting us to repeat that again, when in reality we probably would have no chance of finishing above 9th or 10th. Who knows? We'll go ahead and click continue. Have a crazy awesome driver lineup this season. Fuzzy Face, you are amazeballs. Well, thank you very much, Damien Badroni. And the Predator Racing Group team principal Fuzzy Face is delighted at a high finishing position. Yes, I am. 4 in a row. I wonder if any other teams had 4 podiums in a row this season. With the way the grids are worked out, I bet even Garuda haven't had 4 podiums in a row. We'll go ahead and have a quick look at that. Just once we got that, we've got another 1.3 million to put in the bank. We should be in the red after the next race because we do have a sponsor that should be willing to put some upfront money into the system. Champ hard fought win for Gerard. Car condition update. Neither drop in. We got an interview. You must be delighted. Absolutely, I am delighted with that result. And it wasn't a great drive, but I'm not worried. She's a good driver in response to Santa Ana struggling. Although 14th place isn't struggling at all for us. So what have we got? Well, let's have a look at the calendar. So Garuda. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else that's had 4 podiums in a row throughout the entire race like we've just done. We've just had 4 seconds in a row. Absolutely amazing. I can't even believe that we've managed to get 4 seconds in a row. But anyway, that's that. That's part 8. Next time we're in Milan, a track that we did well at the first time. We might try a one-stop strategy for one of the drivers on that course. But anyway, we'll talk about next time in part 9. For now, God, this cold is really getting to me. I can't even speak. But so I better. I can't even speak. Oh, this stupid cold. Anyway, yeah. Till next time. I'll see you later. Goodbye.